Hey guys, welcome back to Wildly Wandering. You join us here as we're just leaving St Vincent, and what we want to do is talk to you today about the food that you can get aboard Britannia. So this is from our most recent cruise in November 2021. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and press the little bell icon so you get notified every time we put a new video up. So, P&O have two types of dining. They have freedom dining and they have fixed or allocated dining, which is the more traditional type of dining choice. On board Britannia, you're able to get both types of dining, and when you select your cruise or you book your cruise, make sure you choose or you put your preference in for the option that you prefer. So, one thing worth noting about Britannia is that she does only have one fixed dining restaurant, and that's the Oriental restaurant right at the back of the ship on deck 6. You'll be then allocated two choices of sitting, either 6 PM or 8:30 PM. Otherwise, you're able to eat in any other restaurant that you choose to. So you have Meridian Restaurant and Peninsula Restaurant, which are the standard a la carte restaurants. Otherwise, you've got things like the Beach House, the Epicurean, the Glass House, and you're also able to eat in the Limelight Club, which are your select dining restaurants. And let's absolutely not forget Sindhu either. The main benefit if you get freedom dining is your ability to go to Peninsula and Meridian at any time you please. Otherwise, freedom dining and allocated or fixed dining are pretty much the same thing. So now getting on to the restaurants, let's take you to one of our favourites, the Beach House. It's a great place to go and eat, especially if you're in port, because you're able to look out and it's the only outside restaurant really that there is. You can grab food and take it outside from the buffet, but it's not really the same. Standout for this on this one is absolutely the Beach House ribs. The sizzling plates look great as well, although we didn't have one, but they look really good. If you haven't yet watched it, you might want to go and check out our drinks package review as well, but this gives you an idea of what the prices of the drinks are at the Beach House, and in reality it's pretty much exactly the same choice that you get in any other restaurant on P&O at the moment. Here we've got the pork crackling, the panko king prawns, the burnt ends, southern fried chicken tenders, the ultimate ribs combo, a fish with pak choy, and of course not forgetting the Mississippi mud cake. So let's talk now about the Meridian and the Peninsula, which is your two included a la carte restaurants. This is the Meridian, and it's where we would normally go. We prefer the decor, and it's just, we think, a nicer environment. But then you also have the Peninsula, which is where you'll have your breakfast and your lunch, as well as you can have afternoon tea if you choose to. Of course, you can have lunch upstairs in the buffet, but if you want a sit-down lunch or breakfast, it's Peninsula where you'll go. So both Meridian and Peninsula and Oriental have the same menu. It changes nightly, although there does seem to be a bit of a 2-week pattern on it. The quality of the food is absolutely fantastic, as you would have come to expect from P&O. On the gala night, there's always something a little bit special, usually from what they call Marco's menu, which is kind of a little bit more special, I guess you could say. It's nice because they also recommend wine on every menu as well, and you're able to choose whatever combination you want. What is a shame is that they do seem to have stopped advertising the fact you can also choose soup, and there is now no pre-dessert of the sorbet between courses, which is a little bit of a shame, but I think COVID has changed the way that cruising works quite a lot. For those of you who have kids, it's worth noting that the children's menu is the same in all of the restaurants, including the select dining ones, but it's really nice to see a good selection of food on here. Here's a selection of starters from the main a la carte restaurants. This was particularly nice. This was like a sausage roll. Here's a nice meze platter. A selection of Indian inspired snacks. and some delicious spring rolls. On to the main courses now. We've got some pine nut crusted fish, lovely piece of beef, fish and chips, the pheasant, which is lovely, and some duck. And despite the number of people that are served in such a short time, the food is always fantastic quality. With the puddings, one thing that you may notice is the slight disparity to the size of the main. The puddings are pretty substantial, and if you've cruised with P&O before, you'll also now notice that the cheese plate comes plated, but their panna cotta is still brilliant. One of the areas though that not many people talk about getting food in is the retreat. So the retreat is a private area at the very front of the ship on deck 17. You have to pay for either a day pass or a cruise pass to get access to the retreat, but part of the benefits are a true kind of butler service. They come over and they keep taking your drinks, but also there is a selection of food that you can grab here every day as well. You also get 2 private hot tubs as well that only the retreat guests can use. The menu alternates daily, so you get a choice of breakfast, and then salads that you can get throughout the day, as well as a dessert, and then afternoon tea, which is all served in the retreat. And here's an example of the prawn salad. So since we're right at the front of the ship, let's go down a deck and go to the Epicurean, P&O's exclusive select restaurant. You start with a amuse-bouche, some lovely starters. This is a tribute to tomato, and then you get these palate cleansers. This was a gin and tonic with a pipette that you dip on the ice, some lovely beef. Again, puddings in here are pretty big, and that's the one thing about the Epicurean. The food is fantastic, but the portion sizes are quite substantial, so definitely make sure you've got an empty stomach. Now onto a restaurant that never used to be our favourite, Sindhu, the Indian fusion restaurant. And P&O I think have worked really hard to improve the quality of the food in here, and it's now delicious. When you come into the restaurant, you now get this small selection of poppadoms with dips, which is great. Here's a couple of starters, with the second one being the tandoori rattan, which is a nice selection. For the mains, we've got a pan-fried mullet, the selection of dals that they bring over complimentary, which are tasty, and then the pan-fried duck breast. Another great place to eat is the Glass House. You can order a selection of kind of tapas foods, which is what we've got here. Here's another selection of those small plates, and if you check out our video on whether the drinks package is worth it or not, there's also the full Glass House menu there as well. And here's an example of one of their more substantial meals in the fish and chips. And lastly, back in the peninsula, here's an example of their breakfast menu. And so guys, that brings us to the end of our food tour of Britannia. We've missed a few things such as the grab and go, we've also missed the pizzeria and the buffet, but there's plenty of opportunities aboard Britannia to get some truly fantastic food. If you've got any questions, please feel free to comment below. Let us know if there's anything that we could be doing better. Most importantly though, make sure you subscribe to the channel and press the little bell icon to make sure that you get notified every time we upload some new content.